Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter, if you like, at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Monday's show with a Superman movie going to be announced very, very soon. I thought we'd go back to my Superman movie idea, but I thought today we would focus on the villain I would use. First of all, let's look back at the villains Superman has faced in every Superman movie. In Superman the movie, he faces Lex Luthor. In Superman 2, he faces the extraterrestrial threat of the three villains from Krypton. In Superman 3, he faces Robert Vaughn's Ross Webster, another businessman, just like in Superman the movie, same thing. In Superman 4, Lex Luthor returns, but he creates Nuclear Man using Superman's DNA. In Superman Returns, they bring back Lex Luthor, and he pretty much does the same thing he does in the first movie, and Superman's got to stop buildings falling down, yada, yada, yada. There is a great scene when Lex stabs Superman, and I think that's pretty compelling what they did with that. But pretty much the same thing we saw in the first movie and the third movie, just with better VFX because we had CGI. Then we had Man of Steel, where Superman faces a very different Zod to Terrence Stamp's in Superman 2. This time he's played by Michael Shannon, and his motivations are very different. Ultimately, it's another world-ending alien invasion type of thing. In Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman must face Doomsday, but mainly it's Superman fighting Doomsday. It's a Superman villain. Again, it's kind of an end-of-the-world threat, because if Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman don't stop Doomsday, as Superman does in the end by sacrificing his life, he's going to destroy the entire fucking world. What could possibly stop him? So, kind of similar thing, world-ending threat. And then obviously we had Steppenwolf in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I think what I would really like from the next Superman movie, whether it's a Man of Steel sequel, whether it's a brand new Superman movie, we need an interesting, emotional, domestic threat. And I think there's nothing more emotional and domestic than Metallo. But in my Superman script, which I've been writing for many, many years, it's just not Metallo who's in this movie. You may have heard me speak about this, but I'm going back to talking about my Superman movie script because very soon they're going to announce a Superman movie. I can assure you of that. But not just Metallo is in my movie. No, we have Manchester Black in this movie, and the Elite. So Manchester Black he's a complicated character, really. I suppose he really is a villain, ultimately, but really, he does believe in stopping the bad guy. He believes, unlike Superman, that the villain should be killed or they come back to do more harm. And of course, Superman in the comics doesn't agree with this. So my idea of using the Elite, and especially Manchester Black, is that Manchester puts pressure on Superman to kill John Corbin, aka Metallo. Now, at the beginning of the film, before John becomes Metallo, he's working at the Daily Planet with Lois Lane and Clark, something very different to what's in the comics. And there's this kind of friendship there. So obviously, when he becomes Metallo, you know, Superman and Clark are very divided about, you know, what to do with him. I mean, even if they weren't friends, Superman isn't the type of hero to kill a villain. So he wants to stop Metallo, but of course, who is Metallo? Metallo has a kryptonite heart. This is problematic for Superman, of course, because kryptonite is one of his few weaknesses. So it's very hard for him to stop him anyway. But Manchester Black wants to kill Metallo, and Superman doesn't. With Manchester Black putting pressure on the government and, you know, the legal enforcement around Metropolis and America to take out Metallo, Superman starts having a flashback to the Second World War, where the governments were putting pressure on Superman to kill the Nazis and Hitler. And we see Superman helping both sides in the war, not by hurting the other side, but doing practical things. He makes a statement behind the podium, like he does in Superman 4, when he tells the world he's going to rid the world of nuclear weapons. A very emotional statement. And he says, if I take your side against the Nazis, then the world will ask, why am I not taking their side against you? I know what they're doing is terrible. I know what they're doing is bad. But wiping out a whole race of people makes us as bad as the Nazis. So Superman vows not to take any sides. So that's the flashback he's having. So the whole story element of this is Superman's no-kill policy. Within the movie, I analyse this storytelling narrative of Superman's no-kill policy, and we kind of embrace a lot of the Superman versus the Elite graphic novel, because I think it's a great graphic novel, and actually the animated adaptation is just as fucking good. I remember first seeing that, and the whole idea of making these villains think that he's capable of wiping them out in the end, because they're pushing him to kill all throughout the story. And we kind of touch upon this in this movie. And one of the other reasons I wanted to do a flashback to the Second World War, I wanted to see Superman in his original Action Comics getup, and I wanted a proper comic book accurate reason for doing this as well. So my idea about a Superman movie is doing something really raw, emotional, analysing his no-kill policy. And, Metalo in my story, and I don't know much about him in the comics, isn't an out-and-out villain. This is an ordinary guy, a friend of Clark and Lois's, who basically dies and is experimented on, and I'm not sure who we're going to say did that. I may say Lex Luthor just so I can use him a little bit. But this isn't a Lex Luthor story. This is mainly about Superman's no-kill policy. So he's in the middle here. Does he kill his friend? Does he protect his friend? It's ultimately a bit of a kind of Captain America and the Winter Soldier story. Like Steve Rogers is protecting Bucky because Bucky isn't in control of his actions, nor is John Colburn once he becomes Metalo. And that's my story. I like this story, obviously, because I wrote it, but I am kind of fed up of the, oh my god, alien invasion, big creature, even with Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame with Thanos. He's so powerful, he can destroy the world. Boring, put the kettle on. I want something else from my superhero movies now. The end of the world stakes were good at first, but I'm finding them very boring. So Metalo, the Elite, and Manchester Black offer something different for a Superman story. Because just like a lot of you out there say Superman, debates whether he should kill or not. Like the debate we had after he killed Zod in Man of Steel. So I think it's a very timely debate to have for Superman. This opens up the talking points. It brings people in, it makes Superman emotionally relatable. And that's why I always wanted to tell this story. I think Metalo's a great character if you use him properly. And Manchester Black is a great character too. But what I wouldn't be doing, I suppose it's a spoiler, because Hollywood are not going to make my Superman script anyway. So I may as well give out some spoilers. Metalo and Manchester Black or the Elite don't die in this film. Because ultimately, I don't like villains dying in superhero movies. I don't like the fact that Nicholson's Joker dies at the end of the first movie because he can't come back. Now, I know they didn't want to pay him all that money again to come back, but the Joker should be in Batman's world forever, right? They should be doing this dance forever. So I don't like that. I don't like DeVito's Penguin being killed off either, but this is the problem. When you cast superstars in these big roles, you kind of end up killing them off. Michael Shannon's Zod, no way should have been killed off. Not because of Superman's no-kill policy in the comics, although that does bring into question certain problems that die-hard Superman fans had with it. But if you kill Zod, you can't use him again. And you should be able to use Zod whenever you want, especially Michael Shannon's Zod, because it's such a brilliant performance and brilliant writing by David Goyer and Christopher Nolan for the character as well. So I just think this kind of Superman story would be very timely. Right, it's right. It's the right movie at the right time as far as I'm concerned. But I'd love to know what you think of my story. But more importantly, with a Superman movie going to be announced very, very soon, whether it's Man of Steel 2 or a brand new one, what kind of thing would you do with a Superman movie? A movie you were allowed to do whatever you wanted with. Please let me know in the comments down below. No opinions, no ideas for a Superman movie are wrong. They're your ideas. They'll be respected by me and everyone working on this channel. This has been Movies TV Mad. I admit your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again on Tuesday's video. Until I see you again, goodbye. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.